Oh boy, finally. I've been waiting for this. I received this prototype quite a while back, but I was waiting for the retail version, and here we are now. Just in time for their launching celebration too. Woohoo! Hey, welcome back to UDC channel. This is Jay, and happy belated New Year. This is my first YouTube video in 2025. And this light is probably the best or most anticipated light of the year, at least for me. It's none other than the SK05 Pro from Loop Gear. This is their best one yet, in my opinion. Go grab your popcorn or coffee. I have a feeling it's gonna be a long one. Okay, where to start? Okay, for the box, I was hoping that it would be the cool hard case like the original SK03 titanium before, but what's more important is the light itself, right? Let's take a quick look. Thick cardboard. So they keep the accessories, the sheath, A03. This is a cool Kickstarter gimmick. Screw for the clip. Okay, next, take a closer look at the light itself, and appreciate the uber cool design. It has a sophisticated design without looking cheap or overly done, at least in my opinion. And the heft makes it feel more premium. I'll talk more about the weight later when we discuss the battery. If you've been following my channel, then you would know that I'm always a big fan of this futuristic design like this, which they call industrial aesthetics. I really love their very first SK01 LEP. Each time they tell me that they'll come up with a new product, I'm eager to see what they'll come up with, and wondering if they can beat or at least match the previous benchmark. And every time they never disappoint. I know they were preparing for a dual channel flashlight, flat flashlight, and had been waiting ever since. There are 3 versions of this. The regular all black SK05 with the SFT12 spotlight and 3 SST20s floodlight, and this dual tone SK05 Pro with a much brighter SFT25R spotlight, which is the hype LED recently, plus either the SST25S cool white floodlight, which is in my sample unit, or 3 niches 519A's warm white option in my retail version. There are several differences between the Pro and the regular, but I'm not going over the difference in this video. I don't even have the regular SK05, but I would definitely recommend opting for the Pro version, especially the niches. The only time you might want to get the regular is one, you're on a budget, since it's cheaper at $99 versus $149 for the Pro, at least on the retail. Or 2, if you're a sucker for a murder out black theme. Actually, I saw a white colorway, which I think might be a micro arc oxidation, but I think it's not officially announced yet. Anyways, back to this. It has these grooves on the side, which makes it more ergonomic, and I almost always prefer a symmetrical design like this. On the business end, triple LEDs for the flat channel and a single LED obviously, plus deeper smooth reflector for the throw channel. Would an LP would be more awesome? Absolutely, definitely more fun, but one, it will make the price much higher, I think, and two, thrower LEDs such as this new hot SFT25R is way more useful and already throw enough in my opinion. We'll see the beam shot outside. Too bad it's not the 5000K version. And this is not my first dual channel light. I have this. Let's do a quick size comparison. L1 with the interesting rotatable head, and this workhorse. And most headlights have throw and flat channel, plus this emissor from Hank, which is probably the pioneer for dual channel lights, but these are using endurals. But wait, there's more. This is actually a triple channel. It also has these LED strips for even flarier light. As far as I know, side LEDs were pioneered by Rovivon. At least it was made famous by them. I had a few other Rovivons, including the flat ones. But this is actually RGB, more like the one introduced by Sovereign or this workhorse, which is a different kind of flat flashlight. The thing about this is that their batteries are built in. I much rather lose the portability and get the ones with the replaceable batteries like this, and the upcoming X2 Pro from Woodman, which I will review as soon as I receive my unit. Okay, speaking about batteries, the Pros has this cool fast battery replacement mechanism, almost like reloading a double barrel. Honestly, the one in non-pro is enough for me, as long as the battery is user replaceable and using a standard non-proprietary size. I don't really have the need to swap batteries on the fly. There's a built-in Type-C charging port, so we don't need to take out the batteries each time for recharging. And the tail is magnetic, making it more versatile, especially when using this satellite. Even the rubber flap is well designed. Unlike some of my other lights, it's less likely to get caught. And what's even more special is the flexible power option. It can use just any one, and still works, which I prefer due to the weight. It's kinda too heavy for my taste with the two 650s. I do like the options, so when you need the double or longer run time. Plus it has this power bank feature, which means you have double the capacity. But I wouldn't use it unless in an emergency for the longevity of the charging port. I kind of broke one of my other light where it's a bit loose and it's hard to recharge now. Almost makes me wish for a smaller 2x14500 version of this, maybe SK05 Lite. But outside of the weight, I actually like the size, especially with this ergonomic design. It does kind of feel slippery though on the smooth surface like this, which I think would be a lot better with the robust clip here. I didn't put it on here so I can show you the difference. This is the review and this is the retail version. In fact, I think it's the only physical difference between the prototype and the retail version. Everything else seems the same, externally anyways. I like the design and I think it adds to the futuristic industrial aesthetic, especially with the nice clean matte finish. I'm sorry if I'm sounding like a fanboy, but I do really love the design, which is interestingly can be attached to the AO3 sheath instead, which came in as a bonus on the Kickstarter or sold separately as an accessory. However, if you attach it to the light, it can't fit in the sheath. The prototype also does fit. Speaking of the sheath, again, this is nicely done. Not only looks awesome, plus boosting the futuristic design further, it also adds to the functionality as well. First of all, the cutouts are all well thought of. Everything works when inside. You don't even need to take it out. They even thought about these tritium slots. Speaking about tritiums, there are 6 slots available. Do I wish there are E-tritium? Heck yes, but maybe it's a bit too much, especially it already has RGB LED strip. Okay, back to this sheath. There's a metal plate on the bottom, which I think is how the light is attached to. It's not like Kydex where it actually squeezed to fit. There's almost no friction, but it held the light nicely that it wouldn't fall off even with a little shake. But of course it's not meant to withstand this. Okay, I lied. Not everything works. The magnetic tail does not work even though the metal passed through the bottom of the sheath. It's just not strong enough to hold. We can always easily take the light out if we want to use the magnetic feature, which is quite handy when using the side LED. There are two rubber strips which help with the grip so it stays in place, plus they're ever so slightly raised to help the surface from touching the metal to prevent it from scratching. The charging port does work though. It can be charged while it's inside the sheath. One downside I guess is that the sheath makes it quite a bit thicker, especially with the clip, but that applies to all sheaths in general. It has the same ergonomic grooves. Okay, moving on to the one of the most interesting part in my opinion, which is this rotary ring and side switch combo. Fun fact, not sure if you guys noticed the word helm. Helm is just like a captain to control the wheel, So we are the helm to control the SK05. Anyways, back to this. With 3 different outputs and several modes for each one, the UI can be complicated otherwise. This rotary switch makes it a lot simpler, and it feels really intuitive. The 3 channels each with their own memory. I usually dislike memory, and now there are 3 outputs to remember. But I think it's designed to help instead. It has memory, so we don't need to remember. Another benefit from this is that you know exactly which output you're gonna get before even turning on the light. For example, you can set the flat on the low level and the throw on high, and the side LED on moonlight. You can then select which one to get the desired output without having to cycle. Plus, it can switch modes on the fly without having to turn off the light first, unless you switch to lockout, which automatically turns the light off. Then you will have to click the button again to activate the selected mode. But nothing is perfect. For my wish list, just a couple things that I think can be improved. I wish that there's more resistance from the lockout mode. The retail version does have a stiffer ring, but I still wish it was stiffer for the lockout mode. Also, to help prevent accidental activation. Another wish list is a momentary moonlight in lockout mode. Even better, dual level moonlight like in the Enduro. The low in the throw and the flat channel is kinda too bright. Luckily, the warm white mode on the side LED starts quite low, even lower with this translucent sheath. And as mentioned earlier, I wish it's using a neutral white SFT25R in 5000K for the throw channel. Other thoughts? I was tempted to dedome the niches to get a warmer rosier tint, but this is already quite pleasant. Okay, let's go over the UI for the front LED first. For both modes, single click for on, long press to cycle low, medium, high, double click for turbo, for a single turbo. And while not in lockout mode, press and hold for momentary double turbo, which turns on both sub channels, sort of like the lumen shield in Nightcore, to reach the maximum output, plus getting both distance and surrounding area. With a thrower light, you will get a great distance, but usually with blind spots, or with the floodlight. Or with the floodlight, you can see everything close by, but nothing beyond that. Triple clicks for strobe warning. Again, making use of both throw and flat channel. I like that they're putting the RGB separately on the side instead of together with the triple flat channel like most other lights. There are several modes, each with different adjustments. Basically, there are 3 groups. Single click to turn on. For the solid color, they're using warm white LEDs, which are really pleasing. You can change the brightness by long pressing, just like the throw and the flat channel. Double click to change modes. There are several patterns for the RGB, and you can change the color by long pressing. The last mode is this rainbow multicolor mode, and this time the long press will change the speed instead of brightness level or color. There's a bonus mode by triple clicking for polystroke, which I probably never use, but will be handy for law enforcement. I kinda prefer the solid color. My favorite is this blue, which they use for the battery indicator. Some are using 4 dots to identify each 25% or a single dot with color mode, and some have a small OLED screen to show the exact percentage. This is kinda in between. This serves as a bar to show the battery level more accurately, and I don't really need to know the exact percentage. But the most useful, at least for me, is definitely the warm white, which has a nice moonlight level. My least favorite mode was the rainbow mode, which kinda looked cheap, but it actually looked kinda nice with the translucent sheath where it tones it down a bit. Makes it looks softer and more diffuse, especially in the slowest mode. It's kinda mesmerizing. I'm a bit disappointed that doesn't have the kit mode from Knight Rider. Some of you might not be old enough to know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's head outside and have some fun with this. They put a street light on my usual spot, so we have to pick another spot. Let's try the flat channel first, starting from low, medium, high, and single turbo. Let's swap to throttle channel. You can see the difference. This is low, medium, high, single turbo. Now compared to the momentary turbo with both on, a single turbo. Now let's compare the flat, single turbo, momentary double turbo. Now let's try the cool white versus the Nietzsche. Medium, a bit higher, high, high, high. Turbo, turbo. SFT. I rarely get this excited over just aluminum lights. Really digging the design. It has a nice balance of throw with the hot new SFT 25R and a flat with a pleasant tint. Has a versatile set LEDs with tons of modes, all controlled with the intuitive rotary dial and side switch combination. Replaceable standard batteries. uber cool accessories. And did I mention the super awesome design? Okay, I think you get the idea. I'm really excited and look forward to their next product. That's it for me. As always, thanks for watching and see you guys in the next one. Bye now.